Hello, everybody. Welcome to the People's Congregation of Shakers and Droppers. Shakers and Movers. My name is Sandy, and I'm here with Anna today, our Self Care Doula, for our midweek reset. Yay! I hope everyone is doing well out there and surviving this kind of cold day. I have just a couple of announcements, actually. Of course, if you go to pcsam.org and sign up for our newsletter, that's the easiest way to find out about our upcoming events, programs, and services. Tonight we have Matt doing the midweek vibe check, which is a beautiful session of breath work and sound healing with his amazing combination of crystal singing bowls and Himalayan singing bowls, which are all made from different precious metals. And on Friday night, we have Matt leading again. He's going to be doing the Integrated Recovery Practices group, where we're going to come together and do a lot more breathing. I mean, we can't really breathe enough, right? And on Saturday, we have DJ Manny Underground, who's always just a blast to have here at the congregation. He's been up at the altar a couple of times, so do check that out from noon until 3 on Saturday and raise the vibration with us, because that's our mission. Our mission here is to raise the vibration for all mankind, and there's lots of different ways that you can do that. One of them is through yoga, and that's why we bring you this programming. We also wanted to just remind you about the book club. We are having the second meeting of the book club on February 10th at 4:30 here at 63 Washington Street. And Anna can tell you a little bit more about where we're at with that, right? We're going to be just kind of going over the second chapter. I heard Sarah's going to be away now.
Yes.
So Anna will be leading us, and she is a 900-hour trauma-informed yoga therapist, so she has this authority to teach the little baby yogis like me who have only been studying and training for now. I'm up to maybe, I'm almost halfway through my program, which is wild.
Amazing.
I know I'm going to be teaching my first community classes here at Open Door Yoga Studios. For anybody that's interested, April 5th. Will be my first time officially teaching yoga. And I'm a little bit nervous about it, but these practices that we've been doing together have been helping me so much, just like helping it stick. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that eventually it's just going to be like second nature. I know it. And but you guys are going to help me with the butterflies, because I'm bringing the Integrated Recovery Practice group upstairs that Friday. That's going to be our activity.
That's so exciting.
So yeah, you guys will be able to come up and make fun of me. And all that.
I'm so excited. No, and that's the thing with this. It's like, we have to be authentic in ourselves. It's like things, doing a class or teaching a class, even being in a class, being your authentic self and keeping a sense of humor and, that just being down to earth, which you always are, and you're all those things.
Well, I think the mentality, too, is like you're never not a student, even when you're a teacher, right? And I think if you kind of imagine that every experience is just room for growth, and then you just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah, it's all a part of it, and it's so exciting because, this gives us really the opportunity to really come down to our authentic selves and present the way that we do. It's like, Matt and his gifts, you and your gifts, and everything that's going to develop going onward. This practice is amazing, and I can't wait to attend your community class.
Thank you. And once I really get going, it's going to be 2 turntables and a microphone behind me, hopefully, when we're teaching, because I really do want to kind of create, I mean, it might be a little irreverent, and I hope I'm not offending anybody, but sometimes I just think having that extra element of the music is just like, I don't know, it kind of, helps me sort of stay grounded and in the moment, and helps my body be still, because then my mind can kind of focus on the music. And stillness and finding stillness has been one of the biggest gifts for me of yoga, as somebody who's known as being a bit full of energy and maybe a little bit attention deficited. Yoga has definitely helped me. I mean, I'm actually able to kind of sit and read lately, which has been really nice, and actually watch a movie without, thinking of my to-do list and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So staying present and learning how to be still has been probably the biggest gift so far for me. It's been a big one.
Yeah, yoga is a gift in itself with all the tools and everything. I mean, it's just like whatever helps us to regulate our nervous systems. I mean, I think that's one of the biggest, the physical practice, the subtle body practice, it's all such a gift. And it's like, it's magical.
It's magic. Well, we're going to not talk too much, because I know everybody out there is really excited to get going practicing yoga. So I'm going to take my spot on the mat. Hope to see you guys this weekend.
Yeah. All right. So I was reading something about yoga, of course.
Shocking.
So there's this organization that I belong to as a registered yoga teacher and with the Yoga Alliance, which I'm very grateful for because just like yoga has its ethics and best practices through the yamas and niyamas, this is also an organization that really sets the boundaries and the wonderful things that yoga can go above and beyond. And I liked what they wrote on their blog about what yoga means, and because it really just aligns for me, and I hope that this resonates for you. And seeing yoga as more than just a physical practice, but a practice that really is about our relationship to ourselves and the relationship to everything outside of us. So I'm reading what their blog says. We believe that more yoga means, so the more people are doing yoga, the more we're bringing yoga to others. We believe that more yoga means more health in all ways, physical, emotional, mental, social, and biological. More community engagement and connection. More self-reflection and self-understanding. More peace and fulfillment in mind, body, and soul. And we believe that through all this, we are collectively more capable of creating true equity in more spaces, including those of yoga and wellness, showing up with more empathy, understanding, and patience in our relationships, jobs, and families, strengthening the endurance needed to fight systems of oppression, remaining present, intentional, and joyful in our lives. So this is, their driving force, their why, and it really aligns with a lot of my beliefs and our beliefs here. So yoga really brings a lot of gifts, and like Sandy said, one of those gifts is the gift of stillness. So we're going to practice that right now. And you can come to your seat anywhere, whether you are on a mat or sitting on a bed or lying down. And I'm going to invite you to settle in, softening your gaze, closing your eyes, relaxing your hands. And beginning to notice your breath. If you're sitting, noticing how you are sitting. If you're lying down, just noticing how your body's positioned. Let's bring the awareness into our base, our feet, maybe the outsides of our feet and how they touch the floor or the soles of our feet. Traveling up the legs, how the sits bones feel being supported by the earth. And then rolling the pelvis forward and back to find your sweet seat. So you can move around, shift around, remove the flesh from the top of the thighs to ground those bones in. Or maybe just noticing what feels comfortable to you. the awareness up the body, up the spine, to the shoulders, down through the fingertips, how the palms feel on the lap. Traveling through the arms, back up to our shoulders and neck, unhinging the jaw, maybe licking our lips or just relaxing our tongue, softening the lips, softening the corners of our mouth. And then taking the awareness towards the crown and through the crown up towards the sky. Come back to your breath. And the next breath, bringing the awareness or noticing if there's still tension in the body or any discomfort. This isn't just an awareness of physical discomfort. It's also an awareness of emotional discomfort. Inviting you to begin to deepen the breath, noticing how that breath travels in. Awareness to the diaphragm and how the belly expands, and how it relaxes as you exhale. Coming back to the sensations of the body, emotions. Noticing where you feel them in your body. Grounding the sits bones. Lifting the rib cage out of the hips, lengthening the spine through the crown, soften the shoulders. Inviting you to just observe and sit with those sensations, whether physical, whether emotional, and noticing where you feel them in the body. Does the energy feel heavy? Does it feel light? Does it feel like anything at all? And being present, acknowledging yourself, being grateful to yourself, and thanking yourself for arriving whole. No matter what you feel in your body or through your emotions, you are whole. There's nothing missing. Everything you need is right there. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Inviting you to keep your eyes closed. Let's come back to our breath. And maybe shift the body however it feels like shifting. Whether you want to make circles, very subtle circles, and then increase the movement. Or if you want to shift side to side, just noticing how that feels in the body. Breathe in, breathe out. Coming back to center. Connecting with yourself. Lengthening through the crown. Soft shoulders. You have arrived. Safe and whole. Everything you need is within you. And with loving intention coming into our intentions, inviting you to take a moment here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Swallowing at the back of our throats and softly fluttering our eyes open. Extending our hands out beside us, ground the fingertips, lengthen through the crown. Let's take that right ear to right shoulder. Let's come back to center and float that left ear to the left shoulder. And if it feels good to walk the fingertips a little further away, you can do that. Just exploring what you feel by subtle movements and adjustments. Come back to center. Let's take the chin to the chest. Walk the hands back. Take the shoulders back. Press the heart forward. And take the hands behind you. Bring the hands back beside you. Gazing back to center. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, lower. Ground that left hand, right arm up and over. Bring that left rib cage up and gently gaze up towards the sky if that feels good to you. And gently rotate back if you've taken that rotation and gently float that arm down. Left arm comes up and over. Awareness to that right rib cage and gently rotating it up towards the sky. And then coming back to center and floating that arm back down. All right, let's come on to our tabletop position. And in tabletop, just gently stacking those shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, and then walk the hands towards the knees. We're going to inhale the arms up, and then exhale, we're going to float them down and reach behind us. And we can take the gaze up if that feels good. Bring those shoulders back. Nice deep breath, lift the heart, and then gentle release. Arms come back up. Exhale, lower. Ground that left hand, right arm up and over. Inhale and switch sides. Coming back together on the back to center on the next breath. From here, let's come back to table. And let's come into cat-cow on the inhale. We're going to gently take the belly down towards the mat, tilt the tail, take the gaze up. And on the exhale, we're going to round in. Chin moves to chest, tucking the tail. Inhale, extending the spine, taking the gaze up. Exhaling, flexing in, rounding the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Extend, take the gaze up. Exhale, rounding. Tucking the chin, tucking the tail. Do a few more of these. Syncing your breath to the movement. And then come back to center. Let's extend that right leg out, toes point down. Extend that left arm long. And then gently bring it back to tabletop. Shift the hips left and right. And then come back to center. Extend that left leg, toes point down. And then extend the right arm long. Come back to center. Let's circle the hips. Around and around. And the opposite direction. And then coming back to center, walk the hands back. And let's roll the shoulders. So hips on our heels, walking back, sitting up, and rolling those shoulders. And then take them forward or the opposite direction. And then come back to center, pull in the navel, inhale up. Lift up, lift the hips off the heels. And then take that right hand to left wrist, a little arch over to the right side. Inhale, come back to center, switch sides. Lengthen on the inhale, and right arm arching over. Nice deep breaths. Coming back to center, floating both arms down. Hips come back down to the heels. And roll the shoulders. All right, so coming back to center, let's inhale the arms up. And exhale, float them down and back behind us. Interlacing the fingers, take the gaze up. And this time, a gentle hinge all the way down, taking the bow, or as far as feels comfortable to you. You can even take a block and place your forehead on the block or place your forehead on the mat. Nice deep breaths, and arms don't have to lift off the back. Just keep those shoulders back, reach those wrists away towards the heels. One more breath here, and on the next breath, we'll gently lift. Take the gaze up, release the bind, arms come back up. And gently lower, come back to table. Let's curl the toes under and let's come to our down dog. Let's walk our dog. Taking the gaze between the ankles. Ears right next to our biceps. Feel the heart press towards the thighs. Press the hands into the mat, that index finger and thumb.
Bringing those inner elbows towards each other. One more breath here. Let's lift the heels and switch the gaze between the hands, and then walk the feet to meet our hands. Come to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Ragdoll here, and you can take a bind elbow to elbow if you'd like, and take a sway. Feet can be hip distance apart. Bending the knees. Or releasing the shoulders and the arms, the fingers, letting everything feel heavy. Inhale, hands on the shins, lengthen through the crown for your half lift. Another deep breath in, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, and gently roll all the way up, bending the knees. Head comes up last. Inhale, arms up. Let's interlace the fingers, tone the legs, and then keep those pointer fingers reaching up to the sky. Let's take a deep breath. Lengthen the body, lengthen the crown. Keep the chin parallel to the floor. Nice deep breath in as you arch over to the right side. Ground the feet. Gently press the hips if that feels good. And inhale, come back to center. Another deep breath in. Exhale, arch over to the left side. Maybe pressing the right hips towards the right. And gently coming back to center. Let's release the arms. Reach behind you, interlace the fingers. Take the shoulders back. Take the gaze up. Release the bind. Inhale. Come back to center. Bend the knees. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Take the hips back towards the heels. We're just taking that shift of weight. And then take the gaze forward. Arms rise and reach, making a beautiful angle, pulling the navel in, tucking the tail, staying nice and lifted, but sitting a little lower, if that feels good to you. Nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, bring the palms together to touch, bring them to the heart, and gentle forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, and exhale, take the palms down. Step back with that left foot, left knee down. Inhale, arms come up, low lunge, reach back. Nice deep breath in and cactus arm. Let's open the heart space. Inhale, reach up, looking up and reaching back. Gentle cactus, shoulders back. Inhale one more time, reach up. And exhale, flip the palms, bracket that front foot. All right, let's take a nice little balancing position by lifting that left knee. And let's tent the fingers here and gently draw those hips towards the earth. Take the gaze forward. So you're just deepening the lunge with the knee lifted, or you can take it down to you. Then ground that left hand. We're going to open up to the right side. So again, you can take this with the knee down or up. Let's inhale and then exhale, float the arm down. Inhale, lift it back up again, and exhale, lower. On the next breath, let's shift the weight forward. Bring that back leg forward, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins for your half lift. Let's root to rise, come all the way back up. Palms touch, palms come to heart. Inhale, palms rise up, interlace the finger, pointer finger releases. A nice deep breath in as you lengthen. Arch over to the right side. Inhale, come back to center. And on the next breath, lengthen. Arch over to the left side. Inhale, come back to center. Float the arms down, reach behind you, interlace the fingers, and reach those wrists towards the heels. Take your gaze up. Pull the navel in. Inhale, release the bind. Gaze comes back to center as the arms rise. And then from here, gentle forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Let's reach a rise again. Come all the way up. This time, arms parallel to the ears. Let's sit in our chair. Shift the weight back to the heels and tuck the tail. Pull the navel in. Lift the heart. Use your breath to breathe through the talking mind. If it's speaking, anchor into your breath. One more breath here. Hands together at the heart, and let's forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, lengthen. We're going to open up our heart to the left side by lifting that left arm up high. And one knee can bend as well if that works for your body to open up. And then float that arm down. Come back to your half lift, lengthen. And then gently open up to the right side. So you can bend that left knee and see if you can reach back some more as you bend that knee. And then float that arm down. Inhale, hands on the shins to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Exhale once again. Forward fold and plant the palms. Step back with that right foot. Ground that right knee. Inhale, arms come up. Let's come into our lunge. Taking the gaze up. Nice reach back. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms. Press through that front foot. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, cactus arms. Reach back up. Gaze comes forward. Float the arms down. Bracket that front foot. We're going to lift that back knee, or we can ground it down. Keep the palm, that right palm nice and firm on the mat. Curl the toes under if you're going to lift that back knee and open up to the left side. Nice deep breath in. On the next breath, float that arm down and inhale back up. Exhale, float it back down. And gently bring that back foot to meet the front. Forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins. Exhale, plant the palms, step back with both feet, knees on the mat. And then gently lower the chest towards the mat, lower all the way down, and extend the legs. Gently bring the hands underneath the shoulders, and we'll get into baby cobra. So option here to zip up the legs, or you can keep them separate, all up to you and how you want to feel cobra. I like to zip up my legs. Let's take a nice deep breath in, tuck the elbows, press all 10 toes in, and lift the chest, and lower. Inhale, let's lift again. Exhale, lower. Extend the arms out. Let's tent the fingers. Press all 10 toes in. A gentle lift of the chest on the inhale and on the exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Gaze forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Hands come back underneath the shoulders. And we're going to gently take the arms forward and come into a Sphinx pose. So, elbows underneath the shoulders. Separate the feet about hip distance apart. If they're not separated, take the gaze forward. Gently toning the legs, pressing the heart forward, shoulders back. From here, shift the weight to the left side. Extend that right knee to the side to give a nice little stretch on the right side. Flex the foot. So a little frog, half frog.
Oh, it feels so good, Anna.
So you can also bring your arms down if that's more comfortable. So it's just a gentle stretch on the inside. But I can bring a little twist to it if you want to take a little twist. So if you bend that left knee, you can reach back with your right arm and give a nice little quad stretch to the left quad. And gently just pulling the foot towards you. And if it feels good to lie down and do this, by all means. So the more you bring that right shoulder back, the more it becomes a bit of a back bend. So you'll feel it in the quad. And then release the leg. Gently come back to center. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Gently lift and roll to your left side so you can gently bring that leg back. And then coming back to our forearms, just gently wiggle side to side or pat the legs. All right, so from here, that left leg is going to come out parallel to the mat. You can flex the foot. And then gently coming down towards the mat. You can rest your chin on your hands. And pressing the hips towards the earth. You can feel that stretch. And then if you want to take that reach, you can gently lift up, bend that right knee, and extend that left arm out. So reaching forward and getting that length in the arm to reach for the foot. And then you can either stay right here or you can lower down to take the stretch. And it's all where you want to feel it. If you want to move around to just see where you feel that, where you want to feel it. And just, the only way you're going to know that is just kind of by shifting very, very subtly. And maybe bringing that left shoulder back. So gentle, gentle, like if the reach is a challenge, just reaching in the direction or relaxing the shoulder and bringing it back. So let's release the reach, lower yourself back down, That right leg drops down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. A gentle lift or shift to the right side so that you can bring that leg back in. Come back to center. Hands underneath the shoulders, gently lifting and coming to a tabletop position. Shift the hips left and right. And then we're going to go into a wide-legged child's pose. Take the knees to the width of the mat. Let the toes touch and shift those hips towards the heels. And extend the arms forward, lower the forehead towards the mat. Extend the arms forward and shift those hips back towards the heels. As you take the breath in through this posture, feel the back of the rib cage lift and expand. The sides of the rib cage and the belly fill. And then gently releasing at the exhale. Just notice the movement. Inhaling, expanding, filling the belly. Feeling that rib cage, back of the rib cage and side rib cage expand. Now, as you do that, extend your arms forward, and as you extend those arms forward, now expand the rib cage with your breath, just as we did. Getting into that thoracic and shoulder area. On the next breath, gently lift and walk that right hand underneath the left. Take a little thread of the needle for the shoulder. Let's take that right temple down. And you can either have the palm up or face down. However, it feels good to you. One more breath here, and then let's switch sides, extending that right arm forward. Maybe taking another little child's pose here as you reach those hips back. And then let's bring that, as we lift, bring that left arm underneath the right. Leave it underneath, and take that left temple down. One more breath. And then gently releasing that left arm, reaching forward. Let's bring the hands into prayer position. Bring the third eye to the mat. Reach forward and then bend the elbows. Bring those prayer hands to the shoulders, between the shoulders. And then from here we can walk the elbows forward to get a nice tri-stretch and reach those hips back. Releasing the hands, bringing them back to the mat. Gently walking the hands towards your knees. Knees come back to center. And then shift your hips to one side. We're going to come to our backs. So notice we didn't do any standing, too much standing today, which makes it a nice gentle practice. And let's take our hands behind us, windshield wiper legs. We kept it nice and low. And then let's scoot our bottoms to the middle of the mat. Let's have a little balancing pose. little boat pose. So you can tap the legs. When you're ready, lift them. Pull the core in, balancing on the back of the sits bones or pelvic bones, those little pointy parts. Legs parallel or can be extended. Using your core, reaching forward, finding your balance, bringing them back parallel. Use your breath. Lower them all the way down. And gently coming up, bring the feet into a butterfly position. Walk the hips towards the heels. And let the knees gently come to the earth. Maybe a little gentle flutter of the legs, little butterfly wings. Press the heart forward, gaze forward. And then come to stillness. Another deep breath in, hinging forward. So those elbows can collaborate with the stretch by pressing the elbows into the legs, or you can take the elbows forward, hinging forward, lengthen through the crown, and just feel the hinge at the hip. So it's a different feel when you lengthen and just hinge versus rounding in. But when you're ready and you feel like rounding in, you can go ahead and round in. Release here. Bring the knees back to center. And then let's find our way down to the mat. Lowering down, bringing the knees to our chest. Squeeze in. Tuck the chin. Bring shoulders back. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then from here, let's release, full body stretch. Extend the legs, extend the arms. Nice deep breath in. Reach for that right knee, flex both feet. Wind removing pose. Tuck the chin, shoulders back. All right, let's take that knee towards the right shoulder. Again, I still have both feet flexed. Then let that knee come back to center, full body stretch. Extend the leg, arms reach over the head, and then reach for that left knee to chest. Flex both feet, tuck the chin, shoulders down. Let that knee travel towards the left shoulder. And then bring it back to center, full body stretch. And then arms by your side. Bend the knees. Let's take that right ankle to the top of the left thigh. We're going to do supine pigeon, weaving the hands underneath the left thigh. Flex both feet. So we're going to interlace the fingers underneath the left thigh. Flex both feet, tuck the chin, shoulders down. And inhale, pull towards you, gently and slowly. Remember the practice of ahimsa, bringing in compassion for yourself, for others. So we come into this very gently, honoring where our hips are today. And then if you want to open up that right side a little bit more, you can take that right elbow and gently press, very, very gently. Takes really, really small movements, and you definitely feel the stretches, the sensations of those tight muscles. But notice how it melts away through the breath. Okay, so let's release the bind. Lower that left foot to the earth. And then extend the arms to a T. Let's take those knees to the right side. Take the gaze to the left side. Your feet can relax, or you can flex the feet. Let's come back to center and release. Bring the knees to chest. Give a nice squeeze, and then release for a full body stretch. Extend the legs. And then arms by your side, bend the knees, left side, left ankle to right thigh. Gently weaving your hands through the legs, interlacing the fingers around the bottom of the right thigh. Flex both feet. Nice deep breath in and pull. Slowly and gently. Shoulders down. Chin tucked. If you want to open up or take that left hip to open a little bit more, use your left elbow to gently press the leg away slowly. One more breath here. And releasing the bind, lowering that right leg, extend the arms to a T, and then take the knees to the left side. Gentle, gentle twist. Take the gaze to the right side and flex that left foot. Flex both feet. One last breath here, and then come back to center. Release the legs, squeeze the knees in, release the knees, soles of the feet to the ground, and you can take the arms to a T and just gently windshield wiper the legs back and forth. And then let's come back to center, take the knees, the hands to the knees, and circle. Massaging the lower back. And opposite direction. Maybe take the legs up to the sky if that feels good. And then bending the knees, bringing the soles of the feet and the legs back to the mat. Maybe taking a full body stretch if that feels good too. And then come into your Shavasana. Arms by your side. You can take the legs to the width of the mat. That feels good. Honoring your body wherever it is today. Because you did the hardest part, which is getting here, arriving. Let the body feel heavy. The hips supported, your whole body supported. Releasing the jaw, relaxing the tongue, letting the eyes fall into their sockets. going to cue myself out. Let's take the moment here to remember that no matter what we're feeling in our bodies, or what we are emotionally feeling, is part of our wholeness. We are completely whole. Everything we need is within us. Let's bring back your breath to deepen. Deepen the relaxation. Feeling whole, supported, and loved. In and through the body and through all aspects of your life. The beautiful gift of stillness. All the gifts of this practice are within us. Let's gently bring back movement to our subtle body, into our bodies, wiggling the toes and the fingers. When you're ready, rolling over to your right side, cradling your head, bending your knees and bringing them in. And when you're ready, using that left hand to gently press yourself up and walk yourself up to seated with your right, meeting me with your eyes closed and our hands at the heart center. Let's seal class together with an Om today. So bring in that vibration, take a nice deep breath in and Om. Bringing our prayers to our third eye as a reminder to think kind thoughts, to speak kind words at our lips and to our hearts, to remind us to always be heart-led and divinely guided through our hearts, actions, and our words and our